Hey guys, what's up? GTFrostbite here, and today I have a story to share with you. This happened last night. My sister and I were driving home from my girlfriend's house. My sister is being kind enough to chauffeur us around since I don't actually have my license yet. I've sent in for it for the test, but that's a whole nother story. That's not right now. Anyway, so my sister is driving. It was like 10 o'clock in Portland, which is the big city, I'm using quotations, in Maine. It's like, I think about 150,000, 100,000. It's a small city, but that's the biggest one in Maine. So anyway, we were driving through there, and then we came through some weird intersections, and there were no lines in the road. It was just a really big paved section with the middle strip down the center. So we're pulled up next to a car at a stoplight, and then it turned green, but there were cars parked in front of us, like on the other side of the street, so if we were trying to go, if we went straight, we would hit those cars, so we slowed down and kind of merged in with them, went through another couple stoplights, and turned left on a road, and then some blue lights lit up behind us. Yay, light show. No, police. Yeah, we got pulled over. That's fun. So my sister's in the driver's seat, like, shitting herself and, like, shaking, and we're sitting there not doing anything, because when a cop pulls you over, don't do anything. Just sit there with your hands on the wheel where they can see them until they come up and say, blah, 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 license and registration, please. Yes, they actually do say all that stuff, and so we got that. I had to look in the glove box for registration, because this is our dad's car. We drive it, but my sister and I don't have our own car. This is parents' car, so looking through the glove box, it's like the registration is this red envelope, like buried under pounds of fast food place napkins that my dad collects, I guess, or I mean, they're free napkins, why not take them? It's good to have something to clean up in the car, but I'm like ripping out the napkins and throwing them by my feet on the floor. And then finally I get it and like hand it to my sister, who hands it to the cop, and they go back to their car, and this doesn't happen quickly. Before the cop even came up to us, we were sitting in the car for like 5 minutes just going, why did we get pulled over? What's going on? Because we weren't speeding, we didn't hit anything, we didn't run a red light or anything like that. We're going, what? Why are we? What's going on? So it was a female cop. She was perfectly nice. It wasn't one of those, I am the law, you obey me. No, she's like, oh, how are you doing? Blah, 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 blah. Because it wasn't that serious. I'll get to it. She comes back over and goes, remember that light? That red light a couple stops back, that four-way intersection? My sister's like, yeah, yes, did I do something wrong? She's like, that's actually one lane. Which, at this moment, both of us, like, you could see on our faces, like, the fuck? If you had been there, the lane, you know when I said we were pulled up next to a car? Well, that was apparently one lane, and it wasn't like we were tight and like we could reach out and touch their car. No, there was room for the two of us comfortably side by side with like another car next to us, but apparently it's one lane, and it's not marked or anything, because there are 2-lane roads that are like that. There weren't any like dividing lines between what we thought was the second lane, which may have given it away, but there are other streets like that. There aren't always those lines between the roads. Like, even just in Portland, I could bring you to another section, because I'm kind of familiar with Portland. I don't live there, but I know the place well. I could bring you to another section that is 2 or 3 lanes with no dividing lines just because they've gone away. I mean, we didn't get a ticket or anything, so I'm not too upset by it. But seriously, I'm glad you informed us. This was actually, I guess it was a good thing we got pulled over. One, so we don't make that mistake when there's like a hard-ass cop on duty, or we also got directions, because we weren't intending to go this way. We hadn't actually been that way before that I know of, especially not at 10:30 at night, because we're trying to get back on the highway, and the lanes, like, the on-ramps were closed down. That's why we got to this area. We were driving the normal way we get home, tried to turn onto the highway, and then there's just 2 sawhorses on the on-ramp. Not even, like, upright with reflectors. They were faded, knocked over, just in the way, so you couldn't drive there without removing them. And we're like, well, we're not dealing with that. So before this even happened, we were driving around Portland, South Portland, whatever is near there, trying to find a way back home. Because you don't need to take the highway. You can take the smaller roads like Route 1, and all of that stuff. These names mean nothing to you guys. You can look them up. Whatever. And actually, please don't. I don't want you guys stalking me. So we actually ended up asking the cop for direction. When I say we, I mean me, because my sister was understandably having like almost a panic attack. Not while the cop was there, but anyway, she was really nervous and stuff and snippy, and I'm just like, cool, we got pulled over. Awesome. It may be because I just wasn't in the driver's seat, or it may be because I have this weird knack for staying calm. Like, not even just then, but forever. If there's a stressful situation, I just don't get... I'm not really affected by it that much. I'm like, okay, well, this is different. I'm kind of good at going with the flow and rolling with whatever happens to come my way. So, anyway, we got through that. The cop said, oh yeah, just go down this road, you'll get on. But anyway, just so next time you don't get, like, I don't know, I can't really remember it that well. And it was just last night. I wasn't really paying attention. I was more distracted by, hey, we got pulled over. And there weren't any sirens or anything. It was just blue lights. There was no noise, no sound. We weren't actually sure they were for us, so we just pulled over, and they pulled over behind us. And I'm like, oh crap. Okay. I hope you guys are enjoying my wibbly wobbly way of telling stories, not in a linear pattern of events and piecing them all together. So they let us go, and like as soon as the cop walked away for the last time, I looked at my sister and she just exploded into tears. Like, it wasn't one of those, oh, her eyes were leaking. No, she just like sputtered and started bawling, and I'm going, what's going on? She's like, I'm fine, Brian, I'm fine. I'm like, are you sure? Are you okay? Are you okay to drive? I mean, I couldn't actually drive because I'm still on my permit, which is annoying because I sent in for my test, like I said earlier. So if she like wasn't able to drive, we would have just been stuck there. I mean, we could have called my girlfriend. We went that far from her house. And so we made it home, and then at this point, I don't think... No, we haven't told my parents yet. They don't know, because when we got home at 10:45, they were asleep. I'm like, well, we're not going to wake them up for this. We didn't get a ticket or anything. I'm not even sure we got a warning. I don't know what happened. I think she just kind of told us that, yeah, that's not 2 lanes. That's 1 lane. You kind of messed up there. But, oh well. Luckily, the other cars are paying attention. In the way, no one honked at us. No one got upset at us either. I don't think it was even called in. I think they were just... I'm pretty sure we passed these cops, like, coming from those lights anyway. So I think it was just them being bored and trying to inform us. Because, like I said, the other cars around us, we weren't alone. There wasn't, like, 2 of us. There was, like, 5 or 6 cars there. They didn't do anything. They didn't, like, honk or make rude gestures or anything. They just kind of let us in and went with it. So... yeah, not really that big of a deal. My sister is still freaked out about it. She's like, oh my god, I got pulled over! Like, yeah, that happens. I don't know of anyone who hasn't gotten pulled over and has had their license for more than, like, 5-10 years. My sister's had hers for 2 or 3. So, yeah. That was exciting. I think that's it. Oh, and... it wasn't like we managed to run by the 1 cop on duty that night. There were a lot of emergency vehicles out last night. I don't know why. Because that wasn't the first cop we saw. We saw like 5 more by the time we got there. Like, by the time we got to that pulling over section. And then we saw like an ambulance driving by, and as we were about to pull away from the scene of the crime, I guess you want to call it, an ambulance drove past us with like its lights and sirens on. And then we passed a fire truck going somewhere on the highway home. It was weird. And we saw someone else pulled over on the highway. This doesn't happen. This is Maine. You barely see a cop. I mean, the town I live in has maybe 2 cops, period, like, for the entire shift, maybe 3 if they got a new one. I know my grandparents live in a place where there are no cops. The only way you can get pulled over is if the other the next door town's only cop is now where you in that town. So yeah, we're a bit light on the emergency vehicle bits, but yeah, it's good and bad. It's yeah, depends on who you are and how you act and all that stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little, I guess, life story. Something interesting happened to me finally. I know I don't like it. I wish my life would stay boring because I don't like things not going according to plan or having things be exciting. Like right before vacation, if someone says "Oh, have an exciting weekend," I'm like, no, 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 no. I want this to go exactly as planned, boring, with me being able to sleep in, play video games till noon, have a snack, and then go back to bed. That's what I want. I don't want excitement. Not unless I'm being really strange. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and give it a thumbs up, and me playing as Demo Man, I think. Oh, excuse me. I had to cough there. Apparently talking for 11 minutes straight makes your throat dry. So, I'm going to wrap it up here. Give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, share it with people, all that fun stuff. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe for more of my shenanigans, I guess I'll go with. And I will see you guys next time. Frostbite out.